Tonight, IKEA's return.
They say small store, but it's like 45,000 square feet.
The iconic furniture brand launching a new location at White Oaks Mall. Plus, housing options in St. Thomas. Groundbreaking for a new project supporting people living unhoused.
It does not mean we're done. It means we have to continue to look at homelessness prevention.
And countdown to splashdown.
All of you four have been really, really good news.
Canadian leaders connect with Artemis 2 as the mission hits the home stretch, heading back to Earth.
CTV News with Carlyle Fiset.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin tonight with an expansion for City Hall's coordinated informed response to homelessness. A new downtown response team has been created featuring police-style uniforms and vehicles. And as Daryl Newcomb reports, those optics are raising some concerns.
We have evolved to suit the needs of the city.
Manager of Coordinated Informed Response, Debbie Kramers, was a frontline worker in 2018 when the program was a pilot project compassionately addressing homelessness on the streets of London. Now City Hall is unveiling a dedicated downtown CIR response team, in addition to the existing service, to engage with homeless Londoners, business owners, promote a trespass agreement program, as well as offer storefront safety and security audits.
It is proactive engagement, and that means with community, business owners, anyone and everyone who is in the downtown area.
And while they're called downtown CIR, they've actually just been deployed on Dundas Street between the river and Quebec Street in the Old East Village, primarily because that's where there's a great density of businesses being impacted by the homelessness crisis.
They have come in, they were very articulate, they were very compassionate in the way that they talked about what they were planning to do.
But Bancroft Snell worries the police-style vests, shoulder badges, and vehicle might impact how homeless Londoners respond.
At first, I actually thought that it was police coming in. I don't know that the outfit that they're wearing, to me, if I was a homeless person, that's not going to make me feel secure.
The city emphasizes that the downtown response team begins engagements with conversation, then they can request an outreach worker, and only if all else fails, contact police.
It isn't drug enforcement or substance use enforcement. It isn't anything that would fall under the police purview of criminal activity. It is to support the city, support the bylaws, enforce the bylaws.
The city says the team knows where and when resources are available for unsheltered Londoners, so they're directed to services and supports, not just moved along.
We have a really great team. They are compassionate. They do have relationships with everyone out on the street. They're out here every day.
The new response team is one of the quick start actions in London's downtown master plan. Daryl Newcomb, CTV News.
Good evening. Temperatures have warmed into the upper teens. We've got back into a bit of sunshine and just gorgeous conditions. Passing showers associated with the front. You can see it here on the satellite radar. We do have this band of rain that's making the move right now over Lake Erie. Now, this is out ahead of the front. The front will slump southward overnight, but it will actually drive back northward tomorrow, impacting our forecast with another opportunity for rain. So we'll still leave in about a 40% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next couple of hours. And then by about 10 o'clock tonight, a 40% chance of very light showers. Temperature 7 degrees by midnight. We'll stay above freezing overnight, but not quite as mild as we head into your Friday. I'll have your local weather details coming up in just a few minutes. Carlyle, back to you.
Thanks, Julie. A groundbreaking today for a housing project in St. Thomas, breathing new life into an old building. Local officials call it a significant step in reducing homelessness in the city. With more on the expected impact, here's Brian Bicknell.
You know what the cure to lack of housing is? Housing.
St. Thomas Mayor Joe Preston was on hand as Indwell broke ground on its latest project.
Hooray! Yeah.
The Christian housing charity is creating 78 supportive housing units at the former Balaclava Street Public School heritage property. The newly named Balaclava Crossing will have 36 units with enhanced supports inside the renovated heritage school building, while the new expansion at the back will have 42 units with standard supports.
That includes healthcare supports, nursing supports, housing supports, and addiction supports if that's necessary, and to make sure that people have those wraparound healthcare supports to be successful in a brighter future.
I have heard about your visioning of lofty goals, your coordination of unlikely partners, the high regard that you hold for all members of your community, your ambitious drive to solve homelessness.
Preston says the project ties in with the city's goal of achieving net zero homelessness.
We see an end sometime early in 2027 where we will be able to say we've hit net zero. Does that mean no? It does not mean we're done. It means we have to continue to look at homelessness prevention and making sure no one else is falling back into that.
The $31 million project is being funded by all three levels of government and community fundraising. It's set to open next year. Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
Meanwhile, a new supportive housing project in London held its grand opening today. With more on the impact for homelessness in this city, here's Lauren Stallone.
50 Londoners will now have a new place to call home.
I can't tell you how excited we are to see these 50 highly supportive housing units added to the supply that we have here in London.
Hundreds gathered at 46 Elmwood Place, once a long-term care home, now called Cove's Landing.
By working with the local coordinated access system, hubs, and hospital partners, we alleviate those system pressures and we reestablish that system flow. People who have benefited from those services can now continue their journey here.
Government officials say this project will help address the homelessness crisis in London.
We know that there is a dire shortage of supportive housing, highly supportive housing across the province and right here in this community.
Homelessness is the most complex, most challenging issue that we have to deal with as a city.
Mayor Josh Morgan was also in attendance, saying Cove's Landing will help deliver stability and support for individuals in need.
We believe we can make steps towards solutions, and although there are many steps to go, there are few communities in this country that are taking the steps that this city has in multiple different ways.
The project was funded through a contribution from the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, a grant from the Health and Homelessness Fund for Change, and a contribution from the City of London.
It really takes these funding sources to make positive change, and we appreciate that true public-private partnership, and we would love to see more of this, because that's when you really see how quickly things can actually move and getting people indoors.
The facility will offer 24-hour on-site presence as well as access to professional health support services. Lauren Stallone, CTV News.
Provincial police say 2 more people have died following a crash last week near Norwich. The crash happened on March 31st between an SUV and transport truck on Highway 59. A Cambridge resident and 2 teenagers were pronounced dead at the scene. Today, OPP say a 21-year-old and a 46-year-old, both from Tillsonburg, have since died from their injuries. They also say no charges will be laid. The provincial government has announced an inquest into the death of a man who died while being transferred from the Elgin Middlesex Detention Centre. Drew Pearson was charged with arson back in December 2018, connected to a house fire on St. Andrew Street. Provincial law mandates an inquest when someone dies in police custody. According to a media release, details on when and where the inquest will take place will be provided at a later date. White Oaks Mall has filled a substantial vacancy, welcoming back IKEA to the Forest City. It's a new concept store, a first of its kind in Canada. With more, here's Nick Paparella.
It's a sign that is recognized around the world. The Swedish retail giant IKEA will soon be opening its doors in London, occupying part of the space that once housed the Hudson's Bay Company at White Oaks Mall. Sarah Imrie is with the mall.
We are absolutely thrilled to be able to let the cat out of the bag and talk about the exciting reimagining of the former Hudson's Bay space that we've been working on for so long.
This is the second time IKEA has set up in London. However, in June of 2020, the company decided to close its pickup depot on Wonderland Road South. Sarah says this store will provide more than the last site, but less than a traditional full-size IKEA location, with over 2,000 home essentials that will be available for cash and carry.
It's a new type of small store designed for everyday convenience. So they say small store, but it's like 45,000 square feet that's going to take up the ground floor of our 165,000 square feet of space that we have in the mall to repurpose.
Renovations are already underway, with the IKEA store set to open its doors in the fall.
They are a wonderful partner that we're really excited to work with, and I hope the community is as excited as we are.
Nick Paparella, CTV News.
We are nearly 24 hours away from the Artemis II mission's scheduled splashdown time. Last night, local astronaut Jeremy Hansen and his crewmates touched base with the Prime Minister. With more on their connection, here's Geneviève Beauchemin.
We've all been watching and inspired.
Prime Minister Mark Carney dialed up Canadian pride as he reached astronaut Jeremy Hansen and his 3 American colleagues en route back to Earth. And his first question about collaboration, a nod to Canada-U.S. relations, well, in space.
I mean, this is such a unique example for the world and beyond.
You can see we got our flags here together. We're better together.
Carney did have a pointed question regarding a jar of Nutella that was spotted floating through the capsule earlier in the mission.
One point of reassurance that the preference is for maple syrup over Nutella on your pancakes in the morning. I hope.
Absolutely, sir. I can send Christina to get the syrup right away.
That's the syrup floating by. Moments of levity mixed with talk of the risks of spaceflight and what the mission has meant to so many Canadians.
All of you 4 have been really, really good news.
Industry Minister Mélanie Joly also spoke to Hansen about good news in space at a time of difficult news here on Earth. A moment of unity in the midst of difficult geopolitical times.
Before you leave us, Prime Minister, I did want to show you this.
Hansen also had a gift for Carney, a patch, that maple leaf that has been so proudly flying in space.
So I wrote your name on the back, well, your title on the back. Make sure that it gets to you.
Carney also said he was proud to hear French spoken in space and issued an invitation to the crew to come to Ottawa once they're back on Earth. Geneviève Beauchemin, CTV News, Longueuil, Quebec.
Officials at LHSC say they delivered a record number of babies last year.
Every birth has a story, and in another record-breaking year in 2025, we were honored to be part of 6,636 of them.
That's hospital staff reporting more than 6,600 deliveries in 2025, breaking a record for the second year in a row. They also say that averages out to about 18 babies per day. A spring tradition is back in Belmore. Scott Miller reports the annual Maple Syrup Festival has been bringing crowds to the tiny village for decades.
The Belmore Arena is packed, which means only one thing. It's time for the 56th edition of the Belmore Maple Syrup Festival.
I think for a lot of people, it's like old home week. They see people they went to high school with or played ball with or lived next door to 50 years ago.
For the past 56 years, pancake lovers from across Ontario have converged on the tiny village of Belmore for a heaping plate of pancakes and syrup, but also small town charm, where after picking up your initial plate of food, volunteers hand deliver seconds, thirds, as many pancakes as you can eat.
I just enjoy meeting all the people and seeing different, some of them you just see once a year, when they come here. So, no, I just enjoy doing it.
Over today and Saturday, 150 gallons of maple syrup will be poured, 200 dozen eggs will be cracked, 600 kilograms of flour will be sifted, and 4,000 pounds of sausage will be consumed.
We usually have around between 5,000 and 6,000 people, so 2 or 3 pancakes each, it mounts up over 20,000. So
300 volunteers make the two-day event go. Everyone from 93-year-old Mary Mighton clearing tables.
I really enjoy doing it, meeting all the new people and everything. It's enjoyable. I love the volunteering.
To the next generation, sneaking in some pancakes between shifts.
This morning I was in the kitchen cracking eggs for the pancakes, and I think it's important for everyone to volunteer because it takes a lot to put on this event, so we need a whole bunch of people to help out.
While most folks come from within an hour or two drive, Chris and Alison Williams came all the way from England.
Brilliant, yeah, it was very well organised. Great food, so marvellous, yeah.
I thought it'd be really good, since my sister and brother-in-law were visiting from England, to bring them to see some real Canadian heritage and traditions. So this is a perfect place for it.
We might have to take some maple syrup back with us.
The pancakes and syrup keep flowing on Saturday in Belmore. All proceeds go towards keeping the Belmore Arena running.
We're quite proud of that we can do it without government dollars.
In Belmore, Scott Miller, CTV News.
When we come back, the latest on the Middle East. The Strait of Hormuz remains closed, threatening a tenuous ceasefire. Plus, the political firestorm raging after a Sarnia MP left the Conservatives to join the Liberals.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We begin tonight with Ontario's latest.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvlondon.ca, your home for news.
Dream Lottery's free ticket deadline is midnight tonight. You want to get your ticket to be in for all draws throughout the entire Dream Lottery campaign. And check out membership perks, even more chances for you to win. I am here in one of two gorgeous grand prize dream homes that you could win. This one here is in Dorchester. It is built by Duncan Harwood Custom Homes. And I am joined by Michelle Campbell from St. Joseph's Healthcare Foundation. And Michelle, why would you say people need to get their ticket tonight?
Oh, tonight's the best night of all to get your ticket. If you're in by midnight, you're in for all the draws for the spring cycle, and it's proving to be a great one. But we're also celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Dream. So 360 winners are going to win a block of 30 free tickets. And Sherry, we actually had a grand prize winner win on a free ticket.
So that could be you, but not if you don't have a ticket. So go to dreamitwinit.ca. This lottery approaching 70% sold. Good luck.
Welcome back. Israeli officials say they're moving toward direct talks with Lebanese counterparts over disarming Hezbollah and establishing peace. As Joy Malbon reports, regional tensions are rising and the ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran remains fragile.
Israel blew up bridges in Lebanon in its battle against Iranian-backed Hezbollah militants. Yesterday's bombings in Beirut, one of the deadliest, says the health ministry, killing hundreds and wounding more. Angering Iran, who insists that attacking Lebanon is off limits and part of the ceasefire.
No ceasefire ever goes without a little bit of choppiness. What we have been very clear about is that we want to stop the bombing. We want our allies to stop the bombing, and we want the Iranians to do the same thing.
The Trump administration asked Israel to scale back. Today, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu authorizing direct talks with Lebanon aimed at disarming Hezbollah and bolstering a shaky truce with Iran that still has a grip on the Strait of Hormuz. Video shows very little traffic moving through the critical oil and shipping route, opening it a key demand from President Donald Trump, who issued a new warning saying the U.S. military will remain in Iran until such time as the real agreement reached is fully complied with. If not, then the shooting starts bigger and better and stronger. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte says the alliance is working with Washington to keep the strait open. President Trump has repeatedly threatened to withdraw from NATO over a lack of support for his war in Iran.
Some allies were a bit slow, to say the least. But what I see when I look across Europe today is allies providing a massive amount of support, basing, logistics and other measures to ensure the powerful U.S. military succeeds in denying Iran a nuclear weapon.
And those high-stakes peace talks set to take place this weekend in Pakistan. The president telling reporters that he's optimistic, adding that if Iran doesn't make a deal, it will be very painful. Joy Malbon, CTV News, Washington.
Meanwhile, substantial swings on stock markets and oil prices this week in the aftermath of the ceasefire announcement. When it comes to gas prices, rideshare drivers have actually started turning down calls if they don't think the trip is worth the fuel. Heather Wright reports.
Erla Phillips has been a rideshare driver for nearly 10 years, and she has never made less money than she is right now.
It has been really difficult. There's not enough work to go around. And the work that is offered to us is very low paying.
She drives with Uber and Lyft and says the algorithms used by the two companies mean some rides only pay out $2 or $3. That, coupled with the high price of gas, means she is flat out rejecting rides that won't turn a profit.
And you were saying that you used to have a high acceptance rate.
At one point, I was 85%.
And now?
Now it fluctuates between the high teens and 20-something.
Phillips says she's not the only driver struggling. She says some are quitting altogether, while others are losing their cars.
There are drivers that are having their cars repossessed. There are drivers that are going to food banks. I'm one of them, because I can't afford. Not making enough money.
Lyft did not respond to our request for comment. In a statement, Uber says they are giving drivers increased cash back at the pump when they use their Uber Pro card. The intention is to provide relief for drivers and delivery people while rider and consumer prices remain stable and affordable. But some drivers say it's not enough to cover the sky-high price at the pumps.
Can you make money on Uber with the price?
No. And Uber do not increase the price also.
For Erla Phillips, she wants companies like Uber and Lyft to change how they pay their drivers.
This is a service that people rely on, a service that people value, but the companies don't value us. We take all the liability, we take all the expense on our shoulders, and they continue to lower pay.
And this is the reality for many gig workers who are struggling. It's a reminder, Erla Phillips says, to be kind and also tip if possible. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
Federal party leaders fielded a flurry of questions today after Sarnia MP Marilyn Gladue crossed the floor yesterday, leaving the Conservatives for the Liberals. With more on their responses and the continuing fallout, here's Abigail Beeman.
The Liberals are in for 4 long years.
A Conservative so dyed in the wool she dressed up as Death.
Death is not ready for you.
To pump up her election-defeated colleagues a decade ago. A few years later,
my name is Marilyn Gladue, and I'm running to be the federal leader of the Conservative Party and the next Prime Minister of Canada.
Today's Liberal Prime Minister left explaining how the newly bigger tent Liberal Party absorbs Gladue, a social conservative who fought a bill banning conversion therapy for being too broad and said she'd allow MPs to advance bills restricting abortion.
She will vote with the government if there are votes relating to any aspect of that issue, as well as the rights of Canadians to be their whole selves, to love who they love, and to fully enjoy their rights.
Mark Carney is saying to Canadians, your vote does not count.
In BC, the Conservative leader said constituents should be able to have a by-election after a floor crossing, and he deflected a question about what losing 4 MPs means for his leadership.
87% of grassroots Conservatives who backed up my leadership less than 90 days ago to fight for an affordable, safe, and strong Canada. Our mandate and my leadership does not come from dirty backroom deals.
While the newest federal party leader sees the floor crossings as an opportunity.
Also, they're getting floor crossers from the extreme right, and I don't know what it means to be a Liberal anymore. Canadians need a progressive alternative, and the lane is wide open for the NDP there.
Asked about the possibility of even more floor crossers, which has political circles buzzing, the Prime Minister said in this process he's nearly the last to know. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Julie's with me on the desk now. Sure was mild today, but it sounds like this is just the peak of what is a kind of an up and down week it's been.
Yeah, it felt like a roller coaster this week. Every day we've gone from warm to cool to warm to cool, and that trend continues until next week. Things start to level off just a bit. Today, temperatures in the upper teens in southwestern Ontario. We had showers, but they didn't last too long. Still the risk for some thunderstorms over the next couple of hours, so lots of instability. We have a front that's making the move through. We had rainfall in advance of that front today, and you can see that rain as it's now sliding over Lake Erie and Ontario. So the front itself has not come through yet, but on our doorstep, the winds will be shifting north as we head through the overnight. Now, we will leave in a slight probability of showers overnight, and the reason is this front will stall south of us, and then a wave of low pressure, you can see it just in and around Iowa, that will develop and ride along that boundary, pushing the front back northward. We have rain in the forecast for your Friday. So again, the front itself will come through tonight, and then that wave of low pressure will move in tomorrow with rain. So rain will arrive once again as we head into tomorrow morning before sunrise, and it will last likely 4 to 5 hours. In terms of a steady rain all day, not expecting that, but a steady rain in the morning, especially through Huron and Perth. Grey and Bruce County, you're going to be on the fringe of this system, so some cooler air could seep in towards the Bruce Peninsula, and you could see a bit of mixed precipitation. Temperatures tonight dropping down to 0 in Wyerton. That means there is the risk for some light freezing rain through the overnight and first thing in the morning. South of that, the temperatures will be above freezing, between 1 and +5 in most areas. You can see along the lakeshore of Erie, 5 degrees in Port, and in and around Port Burwell as well, the temperature 5 to 6 degrees. It's quiet across Canada tonight. There are no big watches or warnings in effect. Temperatures spring-like and above freezing from coast to coast. As you can see, Winnipeg, though, the lone spot at just +1. Next 48 hours, so the rain comes in tomorrow morning. You can see spotty at about 3 a.m. and then most of it driving through northern Middlesex County, Huron, Perth, Grey Bruce. Then pink is freezing rain, and then north of that is the snowfall. So potential for that mixed precipitation. London will likely see a few hours of that light rainfall. And then heading into Friday afternoon, skies will be mainly cloudy, and the chance for showers will rapidly drop off as high pressure builds in. That draws in some nice dry air. Saturday looks fantastic. It's going to be one of those days where you can't wait to get outside and soak up a little bit of vitamin D. It feels like we've been lacking in a full sunny day. So we've got little peaks of sunshine, almost like a spring tease. This forecast will bring us sunny skies on Saturday. 9 degrees tomorrow at noon, 10 degrees the forecast high, sunshine for your Saturday, and 11, 18 and warming up again on Sunday. Now, I mentioned things leveling off early next week. What won't level off is the rounds of showers, but this time of year, that's expected. Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, we will have the chance for some light rainfall, but daytime highs averaging between 18 and 20 degrees. Midwestern Ontario, northern Grey and Bruce County tomorrow, there's the risk for some mixed precipitation, so just be aware of that if you are heading out. And again, you could see a little bit of freezing rain overnight and early in the morning. By the afternoon, mainly cloudy. The chance for showers drops right off, and then full sunshine heading into your Saturday. Sunday showers, Monday showers into Tuesday. Your probability a bit higher on Sunday. There's only one night where the temperature drops below freezing, and that'll be overnight Friday into early Saturday morning. Other than that, temperatures coming back up. We are trending in the right direction. Carlyle looking good. We do have some cooler days in advance of our warm up. However, some sunshine as well to get us through.
All right, Julie, thanks very much.
I was baffled because never at any point did I give my account number and PIN number.
Still ahead, a cautionary tale about the increasing ability of scammers using your personal information against you.
Hey, how would you like $50,000? Because we got a bunch of chances for you to win tomorrow.
Yes, be listening starting at 6 a.m. every single hour. We give you a new keyword, and you could win Pure Country's big $50K payday.
A former Costco store in South London has been sold. Officials with CBRE Commercial Real Estate say the building and property at Wellington and the 401 have been purchased by Enbridge Gas for about $25 million. Enbridge officials say they will spend 2 to 3 years renovating the building, converting it into a permanent office space for London area employees. A woman from Winnipeg is sharing her story after losing thousands of dollars to fraud. She says the scammer posed as a bank employee gaining access to her account. Alex Carpa reports.
Now, these are the copies of the exact check.
Lisa Taryn has been left with nothing after she says scammers posing as her bank drained thousands of dollars from her account.
It is truly dumbfounding.
On February 12th, Taryn received a call from someone claiming to be from TD Bank about fraudulent charges. The caller, who seemed to know her account details, had her confirm a text message. She later learned she was not dealing with a TD employee, but a scammer, and her account had been breached.
I was baffled because never at any point did I give my account number and PIN number.
In total, she lost $4,650, and with no reimbursement from the bank, she was forced to turn to her 91-year-old mother for help.
I wouldn't have had any money for my rent, my food, my transportation, my medication.
Experts warn fraud is increasing here in Canada, whether it's a phone call, a text, or any email. Staying vigilant is key to avoiding becoming the next victim. According to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre, Canadians lost over $704 million to fraud in 2025, which is up from $638 million in 2024. Fraud losses since 2022 have also surpassed $2.4 billion.
We're seeing that, fraudsters now have more personal information when they're calling victims to make it more believable.
Tech analyst Carmi Levy says scams are becoming more sophisticated.
This is bad, it's getting worse, and we're not doing enough to stop it.
This check.
Taryn is hoping her story is a warning to others, showing just how costly one simple mistake can be. Alex Carpa, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Canadian Tire has revealed a new collection featuring the Hudson's Bay Company stripes. The summer line includes canoes and outdoor furniture, as well as towels and pickleball sets. It marks the first time Canadian Tire has designed its own products using the HBC trademarks, which were purchased for $30 million last year. The items will become available in-store and online starting May 1st. Stocks sank today as oil prices rose amid ceasefire concerns between Iran, the United States, and Israel. In Toronto, the TSX lost 143 points. In New York, the Dow gained 276. The Nasdaq added 187. The Canadian dollar up 0.15 of a cent. And on commodity markets, gold gained almost $41 an ounce. Oil added $3.46 a barrel. Still ahead, rumors run amok in Chatham, Kent. Social media fueling the spread of reported Bigfoot sightings. We'll investigate later on CTV News. Welcome back. We're continuing our new series, speaking with London's leaders, getting their perspective on the biggest issues affecting our community. Today, we premiered our latest episode with the Medical Officer of Health for the Middlesex London Health Unit, Dr. Alex Summers. Here's an excerpt from that conversation. Medical misinformation is, it's always been a concern for people in the healthcare profession, but it's certainly been supercharged in the age of social media. The pandemic amplified it, certainly. We're starting to see the impact of artificial intelligence. So what is the health unit doing to ensure people in our region have access to accurate healthcare information?
Addressing misinformation and disinformation is a singular priority for public health agencies everywhere, and certainly for us in our region. It is anchored on being a source of trusted information. And so the number one thing that we need to do is continue to build trust, and not just through the ways in which we've often built trust, through coming and speaking on the news or through media releases, but through our day in, day out work with all the populations and all the communities and neighborhoods within our region. It's through that local, personal relationship building that we can build trust, which means that we're able to then communicate messages of science and fact to try and address mis and disinformation. The world as we know it is now full of information. For the longest time in human history, it was more of a challenge to find the information you need. Now it's around trying to make sense of all the information that is out there. And what the health unit aims to be is that source of truth, a source of trust that is able to try and find some clarity through the noise of all the information that is out there. And that comes through building trust, through really ensuring that people understand that we're there for them. That is our singular purpose. And my hope is that through that trust that we're able to help address that scourge of misinformation that we're experiencing.
And if you want to watch the full version of my interview with Dr. Alex Summers, you can head to our website, ctvnewslondon.ca, and click on Leading London. Officials with agencies supporting newcomers to Canada say they're being asked to do more with a lot less. Spencer Turcotte has more on the impact of recent federal funding cuts.
Translation is just one of the many services offered to immigrants at the Kitchener-Waterloo Multicultural Centre.
Orientation, referrals to services, one-on-one English language learning program, employment supports.
But the centre anticipates some big changes trying to keep up with demand as the federal government cuts funding for newcomer services for the second year in a row.
And we will see further cuts right up until the end of 2028.
Here's why. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada tells CTV News in an email the 2026-2028 Immigration Levels Plan is focused on a return to sustainable immigration and a shift to more economic immigrants who tend to use settlement services less intensively. And despite reduced immigration numbers, the Multicultural Centre says demand won't drop for a couple of years, meaning they'll still have a long wait list, just with fewer staff to help.
People see us in their first, second, third, fourth year here.
But starting this month, immigrants selected based on their ability to contribute to the economy will have shorter periods in which to access settlement services. They'll now have a 6-year window as permanent residents to access those services, and a year from now, that window will shrink to 5 years. Local organizations say recent government cuts have already created gaps.
We lost 4 positions last year. This year, we've had to lay off 3 people, and there was another position that had recently been vacated that we are not going to fill. That's 8 positions over the 2 years.
And now funding for newcomer services outside of Quebec is being slashed by more than $98 million for the 2026-2027 fiscal year, something that Reception House Waterloo Region CEO says puts real pressure on their programs.
Settlement services are not optional. They're essential infrastructure. And when the funding is reduced, newcomers face longer wait times, fewer supports, or delayed access to housing, employment, health navigation.
Without access to timely services, he suggests immigrants are more likely to fall into crisis and rely on other costly emergency supports.
That's not only difficult for newcomers, but also far more expensive for the government and communities.
Creating a further sense of divide, both organizations fear, because newcomers may take longer to find that sense of belonging. Spencer Turcotte, CTV News, Kitchener.
Hey there, it's time for your London list. This is a rundown of events going on locally through the weekend. We're joined by KP from Virgin Mornings. KP, there's a show tonight at Aeolian Hall, and this is an award winner.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Her name is Kaya Later.
Here it comes, that fearful feeling. Does it make your ears ring?
She actually won a Juno Award in 2025 for Contemporary Roots Album of the Year. So she's fantastic, and that's, again, happening tonight at Aeolian Hall. Tickets are available if you want to go and check her out and cheer on just some local talent.
All right, Grand Theatre, there's a show.
Yeah, it's the importance of being earnest, and it wraps up this Sunday. So go and check this out. I definitely need to squeeze that in this weekend because it looks so good. It's getting great reviews. The set's phenomenal. And again, it's just a total twist on the classic from Oscar Wilde. So you know it's going to be so good.
All right, 100 Kellogg Lane has a spring event going on. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's their Spring Quest. Okay. So especially if you have little ones, this is going to be so fun, and you'll definitely kill at least a couple of hours because it's a giant scavenger hunt all around 100 Kellogg. So you go, you get your ticket, and then you're hunting for all the things. And it's happening every weekend up until April 26th. So definitely go and check that one out. Again, we'll tire them out. They're going to sleep great. And again, you'll have some spring fun in the process.
All right. Yeah. The Gem Show. What's this all about?
So this is happening at RBC Place London. Okay. So if you're into gems or crystals or any of that, it is like the biggest gem show ever. Okay. I can only imagine how sparkly they're making that grand ballroom, but really it's going to be so cool. So if you want to go and check that out, it is happening Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in downtown London.
All right, the Gem Show. So gems with healing properties, perhaps just the whole gamut there. And another musical performance this weekend at Aeolian Hall, The Sounds of Van Morrison.
Yes, it's a big tribute night. If you love Van Morrison, this is definitely for you. the artist behind it, so incredible, going to be so talented, lots of live music and musicians, and again, just recreating the classics from Van Morrison. So it actually runs 8 until 10:30 Saturday night, Aeolian Hall. You can grab your tickets, all the details online too, but going to be just a really, really great night.
All right, well, it looks like a great weekend to be outside as well. I cannot even wait. So where we can just be outside.
Right.
I just want
it's going to be so good. Just give me like a patio.
Yes.
See you there.
Okay, done. That's your London List with KP, and we'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on CTV News, efforts at a London museum to bring a vintage fighter jet back to Canada have been grounded. The latest on that project tomorrow on CTV News at 6.
Dream Lottery is celebrating 30 years of supporting our local hospitals. And tonight is free ticket deadline. Midnight tonight, your chance to have even more chances to win, because every hour they will be giving away more free tickets. And we have had a winner with a free ticket before. You might get a chance to choose between 2 grand prize dream homes or $1 million cash. We are in the Dorchester Dream Home. Michelle, this is Michelle Campbell from St. Joseph's Healthcare Foundation. Why is this lottery so important to our hospitals?
Sherry, the Dream Lottery is absolutely critical to providing frontline medical equipment, funding research in our hospitals. And you know, in 30 years of Dream, $66 million has gone to the front line of care that has all stayed in our community. This cycle at St. Joe's, the Dream Lottery is going to help us to fund very specialized rehabilitation equipment for use at Parkwood Institutes. So Dream really is life-changing prizes and life-saving care.
So important. Go to dreamitwinit.ca. Get your ticket by midnight tonight. Good luck.
We could see a few showers overnight and rain arrives Friday morning. Temperatures dip Friday into Saturday, but right around where we should be for this time of year. Our weather snapshot shout out tonight goes to Rudy Graff. Thank you so much for sending your photograph in.
The head of NATO has reportedly told some alliance countries Donald Trump wants concrete commitments for help securing the Strait of Hormuz within the next few days. The Secretary General met with the American president yesterday. Trump has repeatedly called the alliance a paper tiger, threatening to withdraw from the group. A NATO spokesperson says the organization was not consulted by the U.S. before or after starting the war in Iran. However, they say that allies do want to be helpful in seeking long-term solutions for the Strait of Hormuz. A dramatic police chase came to a crashing end in Florida recently. Local police say the pursuit began after a suspected bank robbery. A man reportedly presented a note to a teller demanding money and then fled the scene. The suspect was in a red vehicle, leading police on a high-speed chase. Police eventually used a pit maneuver to send the vehicle crashing into a fence and a tree. The driver emerged with their hands up before being taken into custody. Residents in an Ottawa neighborhood are demanding action over an increasingly invasive wild bird population. They say these turkeys have grown a little too comfortable and in some cases aggressive. Tyler Fleming reports.
Wild turkeys are taking over Ottawa, or at least for some it feels that way.
There's 2 toms that are strutting their stuff, yeah, it's mating season.
In this neighborhood along Prince of Wales by the Rideau River, resident Jim Hagerman says around half a dozen call this street home.
There are pets around here, really, but some of the neighbors aren't too happy about them.
I haven't really had that much of a problem with them, but I can understand why people are concerned because they are big birds.
Pushing past 20 pounds and usually shy until they're not.
They've scared a lot of people in the neighborhood.
This rafter of turkeys are known for some foul behavior. Go!
Even delivery guys come and the delivery guys are afraid to get out of their trucks.
And turkeys don't seem too fazed, well, by anything. Here they're roosting on an Orleans lawn. And why? Why is the turkey crossing the O train tracks Wednesday morning? Whether it's bravado or bird brain, residents are getting ruffled.
These turkeys take the cake. They go after people at bus stops. They are by your car when you arrive home.
Ottawa Councillor Riley Brockington says it's time for these birds to fly the coop.
We're at the point, though, where I do believe these turkeys need to be relocated. We are not able to coexist successfully because of how aggressive these turkeys are.
But until the city settles on what to do, here's some turkey tips. Don't try to pet or feed them.
No more bird feeders, certainly for the summer.
If you see a turkey, keep your distance. If you're in a car, roll up the window.
You gotta honk your horn and go at them, and then they'll take off.
If you're afraid of them, I think they sense it, and they'll come towards you. But if you just ignore them, everything's fine.
And here's a fun fact you can gobble up. Wild turkeys are the second heaviest bird capable of flight in Canada. First place goes to the trumpeter swan. And yes, we have those in Ottawa too. Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
London's top stories.
We have breaking news tonight out of Ottawa. The latest on the
breaking news alerts.
I'm tracking an area of severe weather. It'll start.
And watch live.
A development now to a story from City Hall we brought you.
Download the CTV News app.
Plan to join us this Saturday, 8 a.m. right here on CTV London for Weekend Spotlight. This week, did you know you can check out movies, lectures, workshops, and more at your local public library? Also, April is Parkinson's Awareness Month. We'll chat with them. And we're heading out on the road to Children's Hospital as we launch another Dream Lottery for the spring. Be sure to catch it 8 a.m. this Saturday. See you then.
Finally tonight, reported Bigfoot sightings in Chatham-Kent. According to a U.S. group that tracks this kind of thing, a Sasquatch has been spotted 3 times in the last week. Robert Lothian looked into the credibility of these reports.
Believed to be lurking through these Thamesville woods is the cause of all the chatter in Chatham-Kent.
So I've heard and seen a lot of odd things, but no, Bigfoot has not been one of them, I'm afraid.
U.S.-based Bigfoot mapping project shows 3 reports of the long-storied Bigfoot in this region in the last week.
Yeah, I don't really believe it.
I saw something on Facebook as well, and I thought, well, people sound pretty serious about this. Why are they serious about this?
Oh, I think it's silly.
In between the critics, there are believers.
Everything is possible.
Bigfoot is labeled a cryptid, a creature whose existence is disputed, like the Loch Ness Monster or the abominable snowman.
It's easy to refute somebody who thinks every twig snapping is a Bigfoot, right? Like that guy's a tinfoil hat guy. You know, and that's just, there is so much more to the community than that.
This wooded lot is near one of the sightings. Now, the Bigfoot was described as nearly 8 feet tall with cinnamon hair. Now, despite trying, I haven't been able to see it, and in this case, neither have some of the Bigfoot trackers. So then how do they judge whether a report is credible?
But I do reach out, ask for photos, images, supporting information. So the map and the project is really, hopefully, just the start of the research and the verification and the validation that is going to occur.
I'm sorry to disappoint your viewers, but there probably is not a Sasquatch out there for anyone to go and find.
Teaching in Carleton University's philosophy department, Josh Redstone has taught courses on the philosophy of the paranormal, applying critical thinking to the unproven.
We have a fascination with the unknown, and I think that's just part of our psychology.
Redstone says unbelievable sightings can often be chalked up to the ordinary, like bears, tree stumps, and just tall humans.
So it is possible that you have a hoaxer. It is also possible that because Bigfoot is on the brain, as it were, following the news of one sighting, you're getting people seeing what they believe to be Bigfoot.
Skeptics aside, for believers like Tompkins, there's still a hope for the mysterious and inexplicable Bigfoot.
The fact that it really is emblematic of humans really not knowing everything. I really hope for that.
Even if Chatham Sasquatch isn't real, in Thamesville, it's a reason to smile.
You saw Bigfoot at the end of your walk. What do you think your reaction would be?
Well, there's a big person.
Robert Lothian, CTV News.
That's it for us. Thanks for watching. For your latest local updates, you can always head to our website. I'm back tonight with your late news at 11. Bye for now.